All right, there we go. And of course, I forgot to do social media shit, so let me take care of that real quick. But yeah, the Dimecast is back. Also, Binnus,
Typical
th-
Digbot.
yeah, Binnus, thank you very much for being the one that sent a not vertical picture.
I'm sorry. That's what I have for my icon.
Well, then you need to get a better icon.
Well, it was made for me, and I really like it.
Or get an edit of it that's in landscape.
Yeah, it's not even its landscape. It's a 4:3 picture instead of a 16:9. It's okay. I could criticize Binnus for having a dragon from that cartoon thing, but I'm not going to.
It is my icon in everything else. I just thought
I
one
know.
that kind of looks like it's on a talk show but upside down.
Well, who's to say I didn't rotate it so it's right side up?
Fair dues.
I didn't, but you would have no way of knowing that right now. You know what? I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to start putting that picture in different odd angles. Just to fuck with you. Right. And then I just need to tell the Discords that it's so nice to be able to edit stuff without everybody in the world being able to see it on stream.
No, we can't see you fuck up.
I don't usually fuck up anyways when I'm doing that stuff. Right, so let me just yell at the Discord. And I think we're ready to go. So what was the first thing we were going to talk about today? So, Spac, I think you added something at the last second, didn't you?
Yes.
Where?
It's a comment on Distant Worlds 2. It's a Google Doc spreadsheet.
Oh, God. Wouldn't it make more sense to wait a few weeks to talk about this? Just
Well,
saying.
we can keep people up to date with what's going on with that.
Basically, everybody splattered on that planet with the high G.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, they did. All right, that's not where I want to start today, though. Let's start with... I really wish Nitrous was here. Like, I'm kind of annoyed with him. But his internet probably took a shit.
Yes.
So, I guess we could start with what we've been playing. I'll let Binnus go first, because I think Spac and I are going to be stuck on largely the same things.
Banging my head against Factorio. Getting completely lost in Sims 3. Also picked Xenoblade back up and has done some shit with that this week.
Yeah, you've been playing Factorio, like, a lot. What are you doing in Factorio?
Building stuff, and then the boyfriend rips it all out and builds it again, and then rips it all out and builds it again. And I stand there going, I just built that. I need to put a new one now.
Fine.
Basically running around in circles.
Are you playing modded or just straight up vanilla Factorio?
Just vanilla. Although I did find an interesting thing, that with the power armor, you can stack exoskeletons.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 8 exoskeletons in my power armor, and I run so fast I can't see my legs.
Alright then. This video, by the way, is not Binnus's playthrough. This is from me and McGreeb, and this is our horrifying factory, but this is a modded playthrough. I enjoyed Factorio a lot. Spac, did you ever play it?
No, I have not.
If you have any kind of OCD, it's not a good game for you.
No. But
I don't have OCD.
Is very similar to some Minecraft mods, like you auto-craft things. So like you have to set up production lines where makes one thing, then the next thing, then the next thing.
Binnus, if you can, you should pull up the stream right now and look at this monstrosity that we're working on.
I have, yes. The main issue I'm having with Factorio at the moment is we have a spaghetti train line that goes around the base.
Mm.
And so you walk across the track, and then suddenly there was a train, and you are dead.
Now, we got around that problem in this playthrough that I'm currently showing the video of by just using helicopters.
Oh, yeah, we have so many drones that if you call them to do something, like rip up a production line,
yeah.
they block out the sky.
I know you're behind, but you're about to see our main smelting line.
Oh, God.
I mean, ours is bigger, but yeah.
Ours is extremely OCD with the switches. And we haven't even activated one at this point. So, yeah, Factoria's a lot of fun.
It is.
Every time I try to go back to it, though, I just get sucked in.
Yes.
I don't really know about The Sims 3. I've never played a Sims game. Now, Ben, you did place a little bit of... Did you play Elite this week?
No, I didn't get around to it. I was going to play it on Monday, but then I got a headache, so I couldn't.
Gotcha. Chad is asking, what the hell is this? All right, guys. So that was Factorio, but in general, we're bringing back my old podcast, the Digmcast. I'm the only one that has a camera right now because Binnus is moving and Spac can't clean his room.
And my roommate's currently using it for his stream.
So that's a thing. But yeah, this is just our podcast. Currently we're talking about games we've been playing. So I have been playing, obviously, a lot of Elite. But the other thing I've been playing that I kind of want to talk about is Hades. So Hades is from the guys that made Bastion and Transistor, and I can't ever remember the name of their third game, Supergiant. Very, very cool art style, very known for their music and their narration. So Hades is a kind of a... I don't want to start with that right there. It's kind of a 2D top-down roguelite. Very quick combat. And the unique twist to it is that you play as Zagreus, the son of Hades, who's actually, I looked, a real mythological figure in Greek mythology. And you don't get along with dear old dad, and you want to get the hell out of his house, and the only way to do that is to fight through hell and try to get out. You fight room by room, but every time you die, you enter the River of Blood and pop back up at Hades' house, and he usually has something smart-ass to say to you. Like, there's one where Cerberus got upset and, like, trashed the house while you were gone, and Hades is blaming you for it.
Oh, Cerberus's puppy.
And, like, literally Zagreus looks at him and goes, "Are you seriously blaming me for the dog wrecking the house while you were here and I wasn't?" And Hades goes, "Yes, boy." So...
Boy.
It's kind of like an abusive dad thing, like a really bad family situation. And like his uncles on Olympus, like Zeus and them, are trying to help him get out. It's a very unique backstory for a roguelite, and it makes me actually want to keep playing because it unlocks new conversations. Oh, and Binnus, you'll like this one. Medusa is there as well, but she's a disembodied head who's the maid who has a crush on Zagreus and gets flustered and runs away every time he talks to her.
That's amazing.
One thing that I do like about what I've seen from that game is I love games that don't just like go, "Oh, you died. Let's just sweep that under the rug, pretend that didn't happen." I love it when games laugh at you for dying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the hook of this game is about the fact that you die and come back. And there's actually a guy near the beginning where you walk out of the pool of blood, River of Blood. If you talk to him, you're like, you got smacked down by those things again. Have you tried, getting out of the way? So, I think the thing that's really cool to me is there are different weapons you can unlock, and each has a really, really unique playstyle. Plus, there's different mods that you can put on. So, for example, one that I prefer to use doesn't make my sword do its jabs anymore, but it does really fast strikes so that I can just stun lock enemies. Bosses are hard as hell. I've only made it to Chamber 9. That's how hard this game is. So,
how many chambers are there?
A lot. And just for clarification, this is an early access game, guys. It is on the Epic Store, though, and they're taking a unique approach. There's a counter on the launch screen of the game that tells you how many days until the next major update.
That's good.
Yeah, so Supergiant's got a great track record, and I think this was a good get for the Epic Store.
Looks like they also made Pyre, that thing
Oh,
was super.
Pyre's such a cool game. Pyre is such a cool game. But yeah, the art style
I'm
in
a
this
fan
game
of the
also,
art style, though.
it's really good looking.
Yeah, I'm looking at some videos and stuff now. It looks really pretty.
It runs great too. I will say, play this thing with a controller. I tried mouse and keyboard, and in all fairness, I don't like mouse and keyboard in roguelites anyways, but this one is hard to play with mouse and keyboard. Because it really kind of needs 8-way running, and that's not the easiest thing to do on a keyboard. So, other than that, the other thing I want to touch on, and I think you guys both watched some of the streams, so I know you haven't played it, but you certainly have feedback on it, is Darksiders. Darksiders 3.
Pretty.
So I've played a good amount of the game. It's different. You can tell that this is a studio that has died and been reformed.
Mm-hmm.
So
it does fit with the whole Darksiders feel and look, but it's definitely different than the previous two.
Well, the second one's very different from the first one.
True. All three of them are very different from each other, but still feel really similar.
Yeah, I will say the one thing that does drive me absolutely mad in this game, and I have bitched about it some on stream, is she gets this fire form, and you can double jump it and hold it to do this rocket jump. That rocket jump's terrible, because you damn sure better make sure you're aimed where you want to go before you activate it. So, I don't like that. I like the story. I love whoever they had do Fury's voice actors.
I love the whip.
I like the whip. One of my buddies has been bitching about, oh, she only has the one weapon, just the whip. I'm like, did you beat a boss yet? So, because I have 3 weapons, son, and I really enjoy the lightning lance. I'm just glad this game exists. It has some odd performance issues, which is a crazy thing for me to be saying. But
we're fucked then.
No, it's nothing major. It's just that every so often it seems to have a hard time streaming in assets. And it's not in any areas that would make sense. Like, I can walk down a hall, I didn't turn around without exiting that area and retread the same hall, and the game's like, oh, shit, trying to load assets. So, I don't understand. It might be an optimization thing they can fix, but this is a buy if you like the Darksiders 1 and 2 games. If you're curious about it and didn't play them, this is a wait for a sale, I think. It's pretty, but it doesn't have the loot grind hook that Darksiders 2 had, which made it really good. Here comes that rocket jump thing I was talking about. So, they also went more Soulsy with this game. You have a thing called Nephilim's Respite, which is basically the Estus Flask from Dark Souls, where you can only use it a certain number of times, and you refill it in this game by killing enemies. And that's your heal. So, you better not run out. And you guys have all seen me die a lot on stream, so.
Yeah.
Game's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. It is hard. The boss fights in particular can be really rough. Spack, were you there the day that I beat Sloth?
Yes.
He was a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I do really like how they've portrayed the different sins.
Yeah. And actually, I will say, I've found this out by looking at some guides. I apparently took a couple of the first bosses out of order without realizing it.
Oh.
Like, I shouldn't have killed Avarice when I did.
Huh.
So, but there's no map. It just points you towards the nearest sin, so that's what I was following.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And then I think Spack and I can probably just talk about this, and I know Ben will have input because she plays, but the other thing that we've been playing is so much Elite Dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to play that more.
For those that don't know, Distant Worlds has started. It's a 65,000 light-year expedition to the other side of the galaxy. It's Crazy Town. It literally is Crazy Town. I'm just out there as an explorer and a mechanic. If somebody needs help, Spack is literally out there as what's known as a hull seal, which means
we're kind of like the fuel rats, but to repair your ship.
Mm-hmm. So, I've had really good experience with it so far. Um,
Despite Frontier's servers pooping.
Yeah. It was split up into 3 launches for Europe, North America, and Oceania. And during the European launch, we killed Frontier servers.
we not just the elite servers. We managed to kill Planet Coaster as well. So
Yeah.
my experience has been very positive. The biggest trouble I've had was landing on the View, which a lot of people have trouble with. There's been a bunch of ships destroyed in that system since Distant Worlds started.
Yes.
High Grav Planet, not easy to land on. My experience has mostly been flying and mapping. Spac, what has your experience been? Because you're doing a completely different side of it.
I actually haven't. I've mainly just went to the launches so far, and then tried to land at the View. As soon as I came out of Super Cruise, my heat shot up, and I got hull breach attack warnings, and then left, and have yet to, and decided I'm leaving. Goodbye. I'm going on to the asteroid base Attenborough's Watch in Lagoon Nebula.
And see, I'm still a fair ways out from that.
Yeah.
I'm stopping to see the different waypoints and some really cool stuff.
The thing for me is, though, I've already been through this area multiple times because I ran an expedition back in late spring, early summer last year. And this section that we're in currently was one of the first legs of my expedition.
See, I have never been out this way. I always go to the other direction even if I'm headed towards the center. I tend to, because we're kind of going in towards the right. I go in towards the left most of the time. So this is a new sector for me. It's pretty fun. I've been full scanning every system I've gone through.
Oh wow!
Yeah, not mapping, but I have been full scanning. Yeah. And
I mean, full scanning is quite quick and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting really good at it on that controller. I have run into a few pretty big systems, though, and the one thing that does aggravate me is, 23 out of 24 bodies. Oh, shit, the last one's on the other side of the star.
Yep.
I found that if you go above or below the star, so you're, looking down on the system, that solves that problem.
I tried that, and that doesn't always work. I had a couple yesterday where they had 2 completely different orbital planes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it won't work for that, but...
In fact, we're looking at one right now in the VOD that has 2 completely different orbital planes. One's vertical and one's horizontal to the star. So, and then these frickin' I love it, but it's also please stop making me zoom in when you find one of those gas giants that has 1,000 moons. So
those are always fun.
Yeah, it's been a really fun experience. I've only been playing in private group, our group, or FleetCom. Or solo if I want to take high-res screenshots, because screw you, Frontier.
Well, you can take high-res screenshots in private groups as well. The only place it's locked out is open.
You cannot. It does not work anymore.
I've taken them just a few days, last night.
I tested it yesterday 1,000 times. I guess unless it's me, it does not work in private group.
Huh. Weird.
So, I even made sure that I changed my NVIDIA key bindings for GeForce because it uses Alt F10 as a default.
Yeah.
Still doesn't work. So, the only way I can get it to work is in solo mode.
Odd. Okay. Well, whatever works for you.
Yep.
That's a very interesting planet you're flying by there.
That is Labyrinto.
Yeah, Labyrinto was a blast.
It's so much fun to race around in fighters in that place.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Labyrinto was a lot of fun. Deep Canyon Worlds are some of my favorites, and this one is really cool. Fog effect could use a little work in this canyon I'm in. It doesn't look that hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still a really good time. So yeah, 18 weeks. Spac, do you think we're all going to make it? Who do you think is going to die first? You, me, or Nitrous?
Spac.
Nitrous, probably.
And if I had to vote, I would say you.
I mean, you almost nearly died landing on the view, so...
I mean, I have no idea what happened to that. I didn't even touch the ground. It's just, I dropped in and instantly I took damage.
What, you mean when you jumped into the star system?
No, I came out of super cruising to the view.
Oh.
And it's just instantly overheat warnings, hull breach attack warnings. I lost 4 limpets to my cargo bay breaking, and it's just, I have no idea what happened.
Good job, Spac.
I pointed my nose to the sky and boosted and jumped us out as soon as I could.
Sounds like pilot error to me.
I don't know what happened. I've never experienced anything like that.
If we're going to be honest, it sounds like pilot error.
Oh, and also, strangely enough, I didn't go through the whole glide thing. I was locked onto the view beacon on the planet's surface, and it said, safe disengage ready. Like it does for when you come up to something like a starport.
Yeah, I had that too. All you have to do is keep flying until you hit orbital glide. It's because if you were locked on to the view, you were locked onto the tourist beacon, and you can drop on beacons.
Yes.
Okay. That's why.
Yeah, I hit Y on my controller because that's to disengage and so I could drop on it. Dropped 8K out and immediately got all those warnings.
That's it's probably because you did disengage, because I glided and had no problems. So the next stage, guys, is this weekend. There should be a community goal kicking off in Omega Sector VEQ B15-15. Anyways, that's the big thing for this weekend. Is there's going to be an asteroid-based mining op, so that should be interesting. That's actually why I'm carrying mining gear. So I've still got a ways to go. I gotta get through Thor's Eye, Lagoon Nebula, Cinnabar, Moth Nebula, and the PW 2010 Supercluster. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the Supercluster, actually. I'm just going to fly right through it. So,
I've got to outfit my beluga.
Yes, you do. Alright, so that's what we've been playing.
What you guys have been playing. I haven't finished what I'm playing.
Yeah, what have you been playing, Spac, besides Elite?
I've also been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World, and I've just last night I beat the endgame boss. And that's a fun story.
It's an okay fight.
Well, I mean, for me, it's my first Monster Hunter game. And I've been playing with 2 people the same level as me, and a guy who's over double our rank, hunter rank. So
it's a good game. I enjoyed it. I put a lot of time into it. It has some of the weakest monster fights in the entire series, but they're still good. So,
other than that, I've off and on been bashing my head against Fallout and Skyrim, trying to mod them, and then bashing my head when they break. Because, well, Bethesda games.
Aren't you using Nexus Mod Manager so you can check for compatibility issues?
I use Mod Organizer, but I mean, they love to break even without modding.
That is true. Chat's asking, is it bad they got bored of Monster Hunter World? No, it's not. I did too. The monster design, if you have played Monster Hunter before, the monster designs in Monster Hunter World will not keep you around. They're not as good. So that was kind of what happened to me. I haven't tried to run modded Skyrim in a long time, and I don't know. I can't deal with the Bethesda-made Fallouts. I need Obsidian to make them.
Yeah. Well,
they kind of are with Outer Worlds, yes.
Yeah.
All right. How did I know you were going to have Skyrim in there somewhere? I'm waiting for the week where you start telling us about modded Minecraft.
I haven't booted up Minecraft in a long time.
All right.
I burned out on modded Minecraft.
Yeah, I did too. Where do you guys want to go next? Because a lot of this stuff is kind of interconnected, actually.
Yeah.
It's ranting about how shit games companies are.
Yeah. Basically, moving on to the news segment. Let's start with the Division 2, because that was a big get for Epic. So for those that don't know, I'm going to be pulling up the launcher right here. The Division 2 will not be released on Steam. It will be released on the Ubisoft store at Uplay and on the Epic Games Store, but not on Steam. So, and there could potentially be a lot of reasons for this, but most people are pretty sure that one of the reasons for that, and this is the Epic Games launcher right here, I'm pretty sure that one of the reasons for that is because Valve takes 30% of every purchase, or every transaction on its store, and Epic takes 12%.
That's a big difference.
It's a big difference. Even for a company like Ubisoft, they like money, so...
Who doesn't?
It's certainly...
You could argue they like money too much.
Yeah, you could. It's certainly a gorgeous-looking game. I bounced off the Division real hard because I can't deal with the disconnect between... the whole loot gun game and the fact that this asshole in a hoodie with a baseball bat just ate 9 clips from an AK-47. So...
But he's supposed to be a tank.
And yeah, I know. And yeah, I know, like, Borderlands and Destiny both have that, but Borderlands and Destiny, they're also shielded space mutants, not jerk-offs in hoodies. So, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
This is a big get for Epic, and if you go through the store, like, the Walking Dead final season is actually on here. This is where Hades is. My Time in Portia, which is that game that Nitro seems to be utterly obsessed with recently. Darksiders 3 is in here, Hello Neighbor, Ashen, obviously Fortnite, Subnautica, Super Meat Boy, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, which is coming soon, which I will be playing. There's a lot of good games. Journey is coming. You guys remember Journey from the PlayStation?
I never had PlayStation.
Rings a bell, but I don't.
Is that weird desert game where you were just the guy with the red robe on walking? It's like an indie darling. It's coming to the Epic Store. I lost my train of thought. And they're giving away a new game free every 2 weeks for the first year of the service. And they're not bad games either. Like the first one. The first one was Super Meat Boy, which I picked up because you can never have enough Meat Boy.
Then I thought the first one was Subnautica.
It was Subnautica, you're right. And then Meat Boy, and then What Remains of Edith Finch. Good games. So what do you guys
Currently,
think?
it's the Jackbox Party Pack.
No, that isn't until the 24th.
Oh. It will be the Jackbox Party Pack.
Yes, that was why I stopped myself from yelling at Sad the other day because she had her dates out of whack, but I didn't want to make her mad. So, what do you guys think about this? About the Epic Store and about the Division 2 being on it in general?
I mean...
Don't everybody talk at once now.
More distribution platforms are... As long as they're good platforms, they force the others to change and adapt to keep competitive, which oftentimes is good. As long as it's not horrible things like the Uplay store.
I could make an argument that history has shown that nothing will force Valve to do anything they don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be really hard for someone to dethrone them because they just have so many games. It's so widely used.
They have so much of the market already captured.
True, but when you say they have so many games, 90% of what's on Steam is shit.
True.
Oh, yeah.
So, I've always been more partial to it, because now a lot of people complain about having to install multiple platforms or launchers or whatever. I've always been more partial to things like GOG or even to the newest version of Origin, because they're more heavily curated than Steam. And guess what? Most of the games on there aren't horrid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I used to do a YouTube series where I would find games on Steam and play them. I can't be bothered anymore because I don't have the hours I need to sort through all the piles of crap on that game store to find a few good things. I just look for the games that I know I'm going to want to play, mark them on my wish list, and when they come available, I click my wish list and buy them. I cannot stand Steam's interface.
I do the same, apart from I wait for them to be on sale. Then I buy them, because I am poor.
Yeah. So, if anything, because the Epic Store is really clean, I hope that this forces Valve to redo the absolute mess that is their UI in Steam. Because it's bad. It's really bad. Let's go ahead and pull up Steam real quick. So, let's just go from the Epic Store. There's their storefront. Now let's open Steam. Arrows everywhere, 1,000 sidebars. It's just, unless it really hits your what it recommends for you, right, which it never does for me, it's a mess. Like Raft. Raft is forever in my featured and recommended, even though I have absolutely no desire to play fucking ocean boat Minecraft. So, same with my time at Porsche. No desire to play it, but it's always in my queue because I've played survival games in the past. So.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Discord game store?
Nitro? I freaking love it. Yeah.
Whatever they're calling it.
I freaking love it because I get most of the games for free. Because I'm a Nitro founder, so I have like a huge page of games I could play free. Like Meat Boy. Super House of Dead Ninjas. View all Nitro games. What else is in here? Dandara, Unleash, Battle Chef. Oh, Battle Chef Brigade Deluxe is in here. Ooh, I'm installing that later. Hob. Deblob? Deblob 2? Those games are amazing. So yes, I like the Nitro store. Discord's gonna have a lot harder time getting like exclusive games than Epic is.
Yeah.
That's just a given. The biggest thing to me is going to be, is there a ton of backlash from people that don't want to install another platform? But there's also a ridiculous ecosystem that Epic's already tapping into, because they just turned the Epic launcher into the storefront. Which means everybody that plays Fortnite now sees all this other stuff when they go to launch Fortnite.
Yeah.
So, and all it takes is buying 1 or 2 games, and suddenly you're hooked into that ecosystem, and you're going to stay there.
Yep. And it also wouldn't surprise me if they like offer slight discount for the fees they take to games that are running off Epic's engine.
Slight discount, buddy. If you put a game on the Epic Store that uses Unreal Engine, the license is free.
Oh. Wow.
So, Chad, I'm not going to disagree that Fortnite is crappy. I don't like the Battle Royale. I like the Save the World mode, but you can't deny the amount of audience that game has that are now seeing these other games when they go to launch Fortnite. Millions of people. Fortnite's concurrents are usually pretty disgusting, I think.
And it's people that probably wouldn't normally even take a glance at these other games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think I'm going to keep an eye on that one. It's going to be interesting to see how the Division 2 launch goes on that game. And the Division 2 launch is March 15th. It's coming. Ooh, there's less than a month between Anthem and the Division 2. Yikes.
Which one's first?
Anthem.
Hmm.
All right, so next up, these two actually go hand in hand. I'm just going to archive them both. So, Blizzard's going to hell, and Bungie left Activision and kept the Destiny license.
Yep.
There's a lot going on there. In fact, I think that I'm going to link this to both of you. I think that Monday's, I believe it was Monday, Penny Arcade comic sums it all up. I'm going to let this one sink in for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those that aren't 100% up on what happened, Bungie has officially split from Activision, and they've kept the license for Destiny. And then Blizzard, Blizzard. Oh, Blizzard. They've been having issues since they announced Diablo Immortal, and now Activision Blizzard is under investigation for securities fraud. Mike Morhaime, the co-founder of Blizzard, has left the company. Blizzard's chief financial officer has left, and they've put Robert Kostick, who's an Activision exec, in charge of the studio. And
I also heard that they've been told to cut costs and put out more games.
Mm-hmm. So it basically looks like... What's back? Oh, he accidentally left the voice channel. You're also muted, buddy. Stop. It looks like basically Activision waited pretty much 10 years, and then they're like, all right, it's time to finally eat Blizzard. Just absorb the company. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they have their new moneymaker with Overwatch.
Yeah, do they?
Yeah, I heard they were cutting back on Heroes of the Storm because it's not making them as much money.
They are. It's dead. I don't know if Overwatch is going to help them, because there's that whole big uproar about the fake pro player passing themselves off as a female, and it was actually a male.
Was that Overwatch League or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have zero interest in Overwatch League thing that they're pushing. It's like, to me, it sounds like they're getting second-rate pro players.
How so? There's an entire team in the Overwatch League that's literally made up of World Cup champions, the best in the world.
Mm.
I'll have to say you're wrong on that one. The Overwatch League is...
I haven't really been paying attention to Overwatch League at all.
The Overwatch League is top tier talent, just like the Smite Pro League and Dota and LoL. They don't get better. So,
yeah. For pro level players, I'm more interested in StarCraft.
Well, StarCraft's probably dead next.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see this one. That's what the... Ooh, wow. They gave one of the CEOs that's leaving a $15 million bonus, which he will receive as Blizzard employees are being encouraged to accept buyout packages to leave the company.
Yep.
They're just eating Blizzard, and
think we may be watching the death of Blizzard right here. I hope not, but it's certainly starting to look like it. I mean, people already lost their shit when they announced Diablo Immortal, so it's really only getting worse from here. So,
unfortunately,
yeah. Let's talk about the Bungie thing. That's huge. I know neither of you played Destiny or Destiny 2, but that's a big deal.
Yeah, I read up on that last night.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, hopefully that they can do more what they wanted originally and Roth fans back in. Now that it's not, you're going to hopefully have so much microtransaction stuff.
Yeah, I've always wondered how much of the microtransaction stuff was Activision related. Like how much of that was them.
I heard that they had originally wanted to make the Destiny franchise more like World of Warcraft, where it starts off with the first one, and then it's just expansions adding on to the game.
Activision wasn't going to go for that.
Yeah. Now, I don't have anything to back that up. It's just that's something I had heard.
It wouldn't surprise me if that was how they did it.
It always seems that small dev companies are screwed over by big dev companies that come and eat them.
Bungie is by no means a small company.
Well, the
Smaller.
indie sort of thing, where they actually care about their games.
Yeah, I want
And
to make sure that like we're precise, because I can't consider the company that made Halo small or indie.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're smaller than Activision.
Yeah, true. But they're not like Mojang or something.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if, and they've said that they're going to deliver on their content roadmap for Destiny 2. But I'm wondering if that's going to be like, that's it, full stop. After the last expansion for Destiny 2 is out, we're done. Here's Destiny 3.
Yeah, that I read that there is speculation that it's going to be basically bare bones for what they just have to deliver for Destiny 2, while pulling more and more people off of it, pushing them to Destiny 3, making the game that they want to make.
Yeah, because if I was them, I'd want to make a clean break as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they really want to be ballsy, you go, when you have Destiny 3 in a playable state, you do a live stream, you say, hey, here's Destiny 3, here's how it's different, because Activision made us do all these things we didn't want to do with Destiny 2.
Yeah.
And it's also possible they'll say, here's all the things you hated about Destiny 2. They are not in Destiny 3. Because we listen.
And the best thing that they could possibly do was end that by going, by the way, Destiny 3 is actually just a $60 add-on for Destiny 2. We're keeping the whole world and adding to it.
Yeah. So have it actually be just a grand expansion.
Mm-hmm. Or if they really wanted to just blow people away, like, just be like, hey, while you wait on Destiny 3, we put Destiny 1 in Destiny 2.
And then, yeah, so do that plus an expansion.
Yeah,
a lot of, there was article I read was saying that Destiny 3 is probably going to be another standalone game, so that, and your shinies that you get aren't going to be carried over.
Yeah, which is going to piss people off, but I find it very telling that there are multiple reports that Bungie employees cheered and popped champagne when the announcement was made.
Yeah. Shows you how much they like their bosses.
So, please, Bungie, don't screw it up. Like, this is probably your last chance, just like I feel like Anthem is BioWare's last chance. Like, I feel like if BioWare screws up Anthem, they're done. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this last year we saw the fall of Telltale, so maybe that's kicked some companies to realise, oh shit, we can die.
Yeah, and I think it's in a very similar situation for BioWare, because Telltale only made one type of game. And to date, except for Anthem, BioWare has basically only made one type of game. Stupidly complex RPG.
But on the flip side, if you focus on making only one type of game, you tend to get pretty good at it.
I counter that with Mass Effect Andromeda.
True.
So, I will be fair here. I have never liked the Mass Effect series. I find it to be the most generic form of sci-fi imaginable. But I also get that it's extremely popular and nostalgic for a lot of people. So, and I love Dragon Age, and Dragon Age is like the most generic form of fantasy you could ever have. So, to each their own.
But that's probably what made them so approachable.
Yeah. It's
not some focused-in little thing. It's generic.
Yeah, but, there's shit like Jade Empire that they made. Jade Empire's amazing. So. You know,
Holy shit, they made a Sonic game.
who, BioWare?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not their fault. It's the DS's touch controls, but...
Oh.
I don't think very many of the Sonic games were very good.
Oh, no, the Sonic Rush series is amazing. So is Sonic Mania. Is there a new image?
I'm probably going to make people cry. The only Sonic game I played extensively was Shadow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did tease a new Dragon Age at the Game Awards.
I've played Sonic 06. A little bit of it.
You poor bastard.
Oh god, why'd you play that one? I heard that's like the worst.
My roommate got it for me as a joke. So I got him Duke Nukem Forever.
His joke is worse. At least Duke Nukem has workable controls.
Well, I mean, I couldn't really find anywhere further down than Sonic 06 to go.
I mean, I guess it had to be a console game.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, you could have just bought him Bad Rats. All right, so I think it kind of covers the news. I hope that Bungie's okay. I'm pretty sure Blizzard's dead. If BlizzCon this next year goes badly, they're toast. And I can't imagine it going any more poorly than it did this year, but I don't know. All I care about is...
We haven't talked about the Alien mobile game.
I don't know about that game. I don't understand why we want to talk about that one. But okay, sure, go ahead.
Well, I'll just mention that... Because I was just reading up on it, and apparently it's not got microtransactions or superfluous add-ons.
What's it called? Alien Blackout?
Yes.
Let's look at this trailer. That's a camel. That's not a trailer.
Dime, what internet hole is he falling down?
YouTube ads. Wow, this looks awful. Let me turn the sound on.
Oh no. Oh god.
I think it looks interesting.
I'm sorry, did somebody just make Five Nights at Freddy's with the Aliens license?
I don't know.
Is that what this is?
We've got. It's possible.
It looks like it.
Yeah. I'm not that interested in horror games in general.
I'm not either.
I'm not either. I think it's interesting because Alien Isolation was a good game that people generally liked and enjoyed, and then they've gone and made that. And after freaking Diablo fiasco, why would anyone who makes a serious game want to go to mobile?
Because there's a large market base.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
I think
I'll be right back, but y'all keep discussing.
my idea of that is I want to put like a pin in it and come back in 6 months when it's actually released and see what it happens.
Yeah.
That's why I brought it up, because it interests me. Not that I'd play it, but I want to see what they do with it after the Diablo fiasco.
No, the real question is, what is Dime doing?
He's been called by the evil goddess Shelby's. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something on a high shelf, probably.
probably. Now, Diablo Immortal. That was a complete fiasco.
Yeah.
Announcing a mobile game to a crowded hall full of console and PC gamers.
It's funny because you can feel people get excited as he says new Diablo, and then when he says for mobile, everyone just dies. It's like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, they had known that Diablo 3 wasn't coming. they had previously said that we're not coming out with Diablo 3 yet.
No.
Or
But a
4,
new
whatever the
Diablo
next
game.
the franchise.
Is that a dig butt returning?
Okay. Now,
It was funny, but it was also sad.
what I was going to say before I had to get up was, I did find an article where somebody got to play it.
The what?
Alien game.
Ah. Okay.
So, takes place after Isolation and Aliens, so it's not a sequel. You play as Amanda Ripley. Okay, sure. So the idea is you're on a malfunctioning space station, which is now the home of a xenomorph, and you're hiding inside of a security terminal, and you must guide a group of 4 crew members to key points in the station in order to repair it. A real challenge comes from repairing ship while keeping the crew and Ripley away from the alien. Oh God, it is Five Nights at Freddy's. You guide the crew by pointing to objectives or drawing lines with your finger. Let's see. Players can instruct crew members to hide, stop, or hurry up. Cameras within each area give players a clue to the xenomorph's locations. There's motion sensors. It's Five Nights at Freddy's with a twist.
I say it could be interesting. I'd like to keep a pin in it and look at it again in 6 months, see if it actually is successful or not.
Yeah, we will. And it's $4.99 with no microtransactions, so
It could be good.
let's see. I'm going to leave it up and put a due date on it for July 1st. So,
Cool.
yeah, that's, not sure about that one.
No.
Yeah, well, it's got to be better than other things. So, there's one other random thing I just wanted to see, what you guys thought about, because it's happening tomorrow, Thursday, July 17th at 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Bappas time. The Mortal Kombat 11 live gameplay reveal. Blech.
Not interested in Mortal Kombat.
Punchy game, I don't know. I
Yeah.
won't be here.
There's only one reason I find it interesting to see this gameplay reveal.
Nostalgia?
No, because this game's going to be on the Switch.
Oh.
Ooh. But you've got Smash on the Switch.
It's,
Surely that covers all your fighting game needs.
it's not so much that. It's... Have you guys seen how bloody this damn game is? Have you seen the trailer?
No.
No.
I do want to see DOA 6 as well, Chad.
Oh, wow. Just from this opening bit, wow.
This is...
That's a big departure from what Nintendo normally has.
But the Switch is a big departure because it actually has a lot of non-Nintendo games on it.
It does. And I mean, there's stuff like Bayonetta, but this trailer is, like, way over the top.
Because Nintendo tries to be all family-friendly.
I think I think they're not trying that so hard anymore. Like, they're just like, go ahead and publish it.
Is this a Switch exclusive?
No, that would be hilarious.
Yeah. Because I still think with their exclusives, they're still being a bit more child-friendly, but they are
So
allowing
the
more...
Nintendo games are going to be the family-friendly focus.
Also, not necessarily true, because Nintendo are the ones that publish Bayonetta. They own that franchise.
Yeah. I mean, that's not blood and gore. That's Pretty Lady.
Have you played Bayonetta?
Yes, but it's not excesses of blood and gore.
Have you played Bayonetta?
No, I haven't.
Yes, I have. It was a few months ago, though.
There is no way in hell that game is not excessive amounts of blood and gore. It's not to that level of what just happened right there. But that was... in every way, shape, and form unnecessary. It was cool looking, but unnecessary. God.
Hooray for gratuitous violence.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting. An interesting note that is in fact coming to Nintendo Switch at the same time as all the other releases. Like, it's not coming later. They've got it working now. So, yeah. Any other releases coming up that you guys are looking forward to, or demos that you're looking forward to playing before we get out of here for the week?
Just for me, Outer Worlds and Anthem I'm looking forward to, but that's topics for later.
Yep.
When we know more about them.
I will say on a note of Anthem, if you guys are planning on playing the public demo, get in the Discord, and I'm going to be creating channels, voice and text channels for Discord or for Anthem. So
when is that going on?
I'll tell you in just a second.
The only game I am hyped for is Cyberpunk. But that's not coming out till like July.
I still think you should try Anthem with us just to listen to you scream.
If it's got a free demo, I'll try that, yeah.
It does. The open demo is February 1st to February 3rd. The closed demo, which I will be in, the VIP demo, is the end of this month. And to answer chat's question, because I do like to answer chat, we are a little less specific about talking back to chat during the podcast, but I will still acknowledge you guys. February 15th for Dead or Alive 6. I'm probably the only one on the entire Discord server, aside from you, that's hyped about that Mystic. But I am hyped. I love DOA. Been playing it forever.
What's the franchise about?
Dead or Alive. Fighting.
Ah. Okay.
I will be picking it up on the 15th. I'll play it. I hope that they don't do what they did with Dead or Alive 5, because they killed that game on the PC.
Dead or Alive 6 is the 19th game in the Dead or Alive series. So why is it number 6?
Because there's all these weird spin-offs. Like the 3 Extreme Beach Volleyball games.
What?
If for those of you that don't know or don't remember, when they launched Dead or Alive 5 on PC, it only had a single-player mode, and they waited 3 months to launch the multiplayer mode, at which point the community for the game was dead, and you couldn't get a multiplayer match.
Oh, it's full of scantily clad anime women.
Yes. They're toning back on that in 6 is their big thing, which I'm like, thank God, finally. So, I remember DOA...
Well, some people would have bought it for only that.
I know, but I remember Dead or Alive 2 when we first got it, and we were messing around in the options menu and discovered that you could change the bounciness of the breast physics by upping your age. So... And if you upped it to 99, it was ridiculous. And supposedly, and this is totally anecdotal, I've never been able to find actual evidence of it, but supposedly in the Japanese version, it wasn't age, it was a series of phrases, and the final one was like waves lapping upon a shore. So, yeah.
Well... So far from looking on their web, they've replaced... Okay, that's a lady wearing a leather maid costume. Okay.
Oh, is she still in there?
Mary Rose, yeah.
She's still there.
Yeah, but the rest of the women are wearing skin-tight lycra.
At least they're wearing clothes.
Apart from the one wearing a school uniform with a very short skirt. Like, literally, in the picture, you can see the curvature of her butt where it meets her leg. That's
Team Ninja for you. But you know what? I've really... Dead or Alive is one of those series where I've never really had a problem with the women being ridiculously gorgeous, because, let's be honest, all the dudes are ridiculously gorgeous, too. Like, everybody in this game is a supermodel. Like, go find a picture of John Lee.
So it's just a supermodel brawl?
Basically. Like, go find a picture of Zack or John Lee from this game, Binnus.
He reminds me of Jedward.
They're all... Everybody's just... It's like Soul Calibur. Everybody's gorgeous. You can't hate on it. Well, I mean, you can, but...
Surely if you fight in a suit, you'll rip your pants.
Nah, they got special made pants. Alright, we're just bullshitting now. We need to get out of here.
Yes, we are.
So everybody, what I'm going to do is I am going to cut the stream real fast, change the titles, and be back because we're going on Distant Worlds. So Spac, if you want to hang around, or Ben, both, you're more than welcome. So we will be right back, guys, just long enough for me to kill this so I can archive the VOD and then bring us back up for Distant Worlds. So, like
Sure.
a minute, literally.